Sometimes, in spite of our best efforts, we find ourselves heading somewhere we never intended, doing things we never intended, and thinking and feeling things we didn't expect. Sometimes, Mama goes south. Not geographically, like Cancun, don't we wish, but figuratively. Sometimes there are seasons when we find ourselves heading south, experiencing a downward, negative turn in our lives, where we fall short of living the way we desire or being the person we want to be. Sometimes life can go south through tragedy or terrible events beyond our control, and we need people who can help put our broken pieces back together again and serve us in practical ways. During such times, we also need the strong arms of our Heavenly Father to comfort us and see us through as only He can. But that kind of south is not my focus. I'm discussing when we go south, when I go south personally as a woman because of my choices or my complacency. Whether you're heading south, yearning for growth, or lying somewhere between the two, this recording can help you tap into your growth potential mentally, physically, and spiritually. The road south is a gradual slope. Sometimes we scarcely realize we've lost our visions, laid aside our dreams, or settled into mediocrity in an effort to get by with a little energy intact. But if we're not careful, we may open our bleary eyes to the fact that we're on our way to being far less than we once thought we'd be. Have you ever needed a change of direction? We all face stresses and distresses, but not one of us ever purposely sets out on a downward journey. We don't get up one day and decide, today I think I'll begin to let myself go. I want to look as haggard, unkempt, out of date, and wrinkly-faced as I can in 5 years, so I'll start today. No, we don't get up and say, I want to lose it emotionally as often as possible, so how close to the edge can I live? Or, sanity is so relative, clear mental processing and intelligent thought just take too much effort. And we never premeditate so distancing ourselves from God that we begin to even question His involvement in our lives or His existence. No one intentionally sets out to deteriorate physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. So how does it happen? How do we begin heading south? Often with a gradual descent along one of the many routes that deteriorate body, soul, or spirit. Negative habits, poor attitudes, insane schedules, a continually fruitless spiritual life, lack of tranquility, or sin. We go south through the things we choose to hate about ourselves, our body, our accomplishments or lack thereof, and our present circumstances, or even our lot in life in general. We go south through negative things we choose to do and positive things we choose to ignore. Some roads head south because of our lack of knowledge or awareness in a matter. At other times, it's because of apathy or bad choices. We have plenty of maps with lots of beautiful routes for life's journey. We just decide it's too difficult to navigate. We lay the map down and opt for an easier route, the path of least resistance. At other times, our trip south is just a side trip, a momentary detour because of unavoidable situations, circumstances out of our control, spiritual attack, or temporary roadblocks we encounter on this life journey. Some roads south are extremely dangerous. They can lead to a nervous breakdown, non-functioning depression, crime and prison, suicidal thoughts, physical or mental illness, even abuse. In the movie The Ya-Ya Sisterhood and in the Italian film Bread and Tulips, both main characters are mothers struggling enough to make them run away. They ditch their responsibilities and their families and just leave. And while a part of us may sympathize, deep within we know this is not right. Mothers aren't supposed to leave. Other roads south are less grave but still troubling. We find ourselves 40 and unfit, wearing far more mileage on our faces than we ever pictured when we were 18, spiritually anemic, culturally dead, creatively stifled, bone-weary, and painfully undernourished in our souls. These are some possible disappointing destinations when Mama heads south. I know, because I've been there. It was a time in my life that was as palatable as bran cereal without milk, possible to get through but tough to swallow. I'd felt myself slipping, struggling, groping to cope for a long time. I had 3 major life projects happening at once. We were building a house and doing much of the work ourselves. I had writing deadlines, and I was attempting to classically educate my 4 children at home. Any one of those jobs combined with running a household and being a mom is pretty much full-time. On top of that, the 6 of us were living in 1,097 square feet with 1 dog and 2 evil cats who took to using the carpet for a litter box. And to top it all